Hey, I wanted to share some interesting photos from some walkthroughs I did today. I was with an investor day. We were looking at three properties, needed a pretty good renovation on these, two more than the first one here. The first one, if I noticed, I really liked the woodwork that was along the stairs here. These spindles, they were one of a kind for sure. And I noticed this piece that was right here along the side of each tread and riser of the steps. And if you notice, here's the steps going up and then around, and this is like a hallway. I'll show you that in a minute. But this handrail had some nice design cut into it. And then if we notice, here's the top. Here's the top piece. Really like the way it looked. And then this is just a half of one. Now, unfortunately, the top of these two have been knocked off over the years. You can see this. And then all the woodwork is still around the doors. Along the base, and then these floors, I think these floors would look nice if they could get refinished, although it's hard to tell if these stains will come out of them. The corner post at the bottom of the steps, this is the design that's cut into it. Looks just like the spindles. Really neat stuff here. And you can see the hardwood floors. This is the second floor of the property. And then look at this trim that's around these windows. They don't trim these windows out like this anymore. Man, these windows were large up here. Too bad they had the awning on it, or else it would brighten it up a lot more. But this was a really neat house. This is the second house we looked at. This one said the renovation had already been started, and they had some drywall put up. But it's this electrical that I noticed. I don't know what the plan was for after this. I don't know if they planned to just leave the electrical wires here. But when I'm looking at this for an investment, I'm just considering if I see work that's done like this, I'm considering what other kind of work they've done like this along the way. The electric did work though. Here's some more of the electric in that house. This is just exposed wiring. I'm guessing this was just a temporary thing until they could put in some outlets and switches. This was the third house we looked at. If you notice here, this is the plumbing. This is the plumbing for the kitchen sink. And here is the PVC, and it had been heated. That's what all this black stuff is. Somebody had heated this galvanized pipe, and they had just jammed it in here. I suppose when you do it like that, you don't need to buy glue, do you? But anyway, so this is how this kitchen sink would drain. And it looks like they had tried to use this rubber boot, but it was loose, not real effective at all. This was the garage, and if you notice here, support beam. There was a floor up here, so people would go up here and walk around and stuff. This was the support beam, an 8x8, and they had cut it off. There were a couple other support beams throughout that were still there, but this one had been cut off and supported with this 4x4, which has no other way of staying straight. They toe jammed some nails in here to hold it to that, but the bottom had kicked out. And here's my favorite one of all. This is the restroom in the garage. It's just an outhouse. You just open the lid and right there it is. So that's the first one I've seen at a showing is an outhouse, like a functional outhouse.